Hey Gayle, Ben from Be Active, again, video number 2. So, again, I hope these videos are helping as much as the write-ups are. What this is just a breakdown of what you've been reading on the last few pages, last few paragraphs and pages going through. So, the first part that I want you to take from this video is being present. That means right here, right now. Why that's so important is, in these situations with food, with fitness, with health, with sleeping enough, it's really important that you stop and just take stock of what you need to do right now to make sure you get your results. What I mean by that is, let's say, hypothetically, you're in the gym and you're going to have a workout. Your little voices in your head that everyone gets, your little gremlins on your shoulder, the angel and the demon, one voice will be saying, yeah, come on, let's have a real hard workout, let's do this. But hopefully you're starting to grow now, a little Ben on your shoulder that will say, be smart about this, Gayle. And what I'm getting at is, let's say if you're in the gym and it's saying, I'll work out really, really hard, but you're tired. I don't need to tell you what to do in that situation. You don't need to gun it on the treadmill. You don't need to go and do some weights. Even if you feel like you should, ignore that voice. What you should be doing is you should be being present and going, right now my body's saying this. Rest up. It's always better to recover properly and be ready to train the next day than it is to beast yourself in the gym because you felt like you should. Sometimes it's about ignoring those little voices and doing what's the smartest thing to do. So being present is real key. And how that relates to food is just stopping for a second and again not letting those instinctual voices override sense and kind of just what you actually should be doing according to your plan. If you're hungry, eat. But here's the thing, being present. If in your plan it says eat and you are not hungry, be present minded enough to go, I've got to eat. I've got to stick to what I'm supposed to be doing. I promise you, you are doing the right thing. Even eating when you're not hungry, you will not put on masses and masses of weight. Finally, the whole being present thing just basically means being a bit selfish, stopping there and being in that space and that exact time and saying, you know what, I need to do this now to make sure that I need to get my results. So being present is a very big part of this next one. Now, going from being present, we're going to talk about preparation. So we're going to go to the other end of the scales, making sure that what you're doing is properly prepared for is very, very important, because it can mean the difference between you kind of getting started or you falling foul of the same mistake that the Gayle did a year ago. Food is a big, big one when it comes to preparation. A couple of stages that are really important. Number one, make sure you've got the food in your fridge to make sure you can eat what you need to eat. But have some backup as well. You know, have something in the freezer or have something that's already pre-made that you can just grab. My personal favourites are either some kind of protein ball, I might get some peanut butter, I might get some nuts, I'll mix them all up with an egg yolk in there, and they're just sat in my fridge, set, so I can just shove one in my mouth if I'm really, really struggling and I've got home and I've just been a little bit late on one of my meals. But as far as things go with shopping, having a shopping list prepared is very, very helpful, because you can go, right, this week I need to be eating this, and you can just have your shopping list checked out. And the more and more you do this, this is where it gets clever. You know where to go in the shop, you know how long it's going to take you, it will take you half the time that it normally does because you're not searching for things. And finally, it becomes less of a chore. So preparing is a big, big deal when it comes to food. And then finally, preparation as far as things go is in keeping habits. Little tiny habits to keep habits are very, very clever. So making sure that, I don't know, your trainers are in the car, so if when you get home I've told you to go for a walk just to wind down from your day, you'll do that, which I know you do really well anyway. Or when you're coming to the gym, making sure there's a quick and easy breakfast for you to grab versus doing what Gayle used to do, which is not have any breakfast at all. I know you don't do that now, so well done, but I just wanted to give you that situation. And then finally, making sure you're prepared to rest and recover. So making sure that you've got a good DVD so you can sit on the sofa and chill is a really good way of making yourself actually do these things. So don't underestimate preparation. Okay, this is a good one. Your body and how it looks is a direct reflection of how good you're feeling and how healthy it is right now. What I mean by that is, at the minute, and I'll be honest with you from here, Gayle, is if I look at your figure, you are well on your way to looking absolutely fabulous, and the scales and the results have shown that you're really on track. However, I think I'd be right in saying that going on our results that we had yesterday, we can see the fact that we're stalling a little. We're finding a stage with our results where it's going to get tough. Okay, adding more calories into your diet is where you're starting. You know, I know that you're going to find it hard, but you can do this. We'll get through it. There's lots of other people that have suffered at it, but also getting to stages where exercise perspective, we're going to get you fitter than you've ever been, and getting you to places with this stuff, which will be in video number 3, getting you to drink more water than you've ever done. There's going to be things that I'm going to ask you to change, but look at it like a game. If you've got a high score going and you're doing really well, we will start to see those top 2 abs in your stomach. We will start to see some real full pull-ups coming out in the gym. We will start to see you squatting or deadlifting your body weight. This is all going to be a direct reflection of how well you're doing. I think you are doing fantastic. I'm excited, and I know you're a little nervous about what is to come. But this next stage with the food and this next stage with what you're doing is completely normal. Everyone goes through it, but here's the thing, not everybody succeeds. Succeeding for you, Gayle, is making it to the next stage. Don't look for perfection, just make sure you can move forward and not end up going backwards again. Finally, as I said, drinking water. Drinking water for me is a real big step for you, because I know when I've been through your forms, there's a lot of different symptoms that point towards the same problem. A little bit of dehydration in the body and a little tiny bit of lacking of water, basically. This is a simple fix. Number 1, your glass bottle that I have sat around all the time, and I've been doing this for the last 3 months, is a really clever way of making sure you drink enough water. 1, because it sits there right next to you and drinking water is a habit. But 2, a glass bottle is a very good way of making sure you're not absorbing a lot of chemicals from a plastic bottle. Now, we're choosing our battles here. There's nothing wrong with a plastic bottle of water. I sell them here. I drink plastic bottles of water. But if you're leaving water in a bottle, it's better to leave it in a glass one than a plastic one. So please start trying to drink at least 2 litres of water. I go through at least 3 of these every single day, and I can honestly say it's really changed how my bladder works, how my sleep works, and that's the big one for you. But finally, from a weight loss perspective, if you're not fully hydrated, your body will never have what it needs to hydrate those fat cells and flush out that kind of loose and wobbly kind of skin that we all get. So I hope that's helpful. That's video number 2 in the books. Look out for number 3.